graduated.
We don't have one now, thinking about it.
Of our life?
Wow. Or one of them.
The answer is going to let her answer.
Okay, it's probably the wrong answer then, but I would have to say for me the birth of my children.
Oh, geez, see, for me it was the marriage, but you know, hey, that's okay.
See, that's okay.
Kids came later.
But maybe it was when I then trained to be a teacher and then graduated from that as well.
Meeting my wife, who I met in Moscow, and sort of seeing her and having my heart skip a beat was definitely one of the happiest moments of my life.
So, the happiest moment of my life was when I was making an independent film, and we were filming upstate New York at a 200-year-old farmhouse that my best friend and I owned at the time, and we had the house filled with crew people that were all volunteers, and my production manager became the caterer, and she was feeding them good food, and we were eating. And they were playing board games at night, and we were filming every day and having a blast.
I honestly don't think I have one yet.
A happiest moment of my life, which has had many happy moments, was when I played with the Boston Symphony Orchestra, and they played my composition, and my husband was the soloist, and we were collaborating with them on the 50th their Boston Pop's 50th anniversary, and they collaborated with the Big Apple Circus and came in our tent, the whole orchestra, and played my music that I had written with my husband conducting and being the soloist.
On Passover. Passover is this holiday of coming out of slavery and coming into freedom. Yeah, and we went to a Seder with Romamu synagogue, and I didn't know anyone in the room except my husband. And there was a band, and I got up and said to the band leader, "Can I drum with the band?" Because I love to play percussion. And he was just very gracious and said, "There's a drum, you can go play it." And so I was really happy that I could just put my hands on an instrument, sit in with a band, play the music, and zone out into this cosmic place of just aliveness and energy and freedom.
So a recent happy moment was Easter, and here in the park I used to dance with an African drum circle forever, and then about 7 years ago I was diagnosed with bladder cancer, and so I stopped dancing and I focused all on my recovery, and it was very involved, so I had no time to dance. Anyway, I got up, I got out into the park with the dogs, I went back home, I came back into the park by myself, laid down in the field and heard the drums, and I just marched over to the drums and started to dance, and I didn't stop for about 4 hours, and I was filled with elation and gratitude, and I felt like I had been resurrected that day, and that was very happy.
Freedom is when you can go up to somebody in our society and say, "I want something," and they're generous, and they don't put the wall up and close the door. And I think there would be a lot more happiness if people let go of their territoriality, owning their professions, owning their music, and if people just kind of like did what that band did, which just said, "Come play with us." We don't care if we're in Lincoln Center or we're down in the Bowery, like we can still connect. So that was my happy moment.
And today is like one of the happiest moments. I've been in New York a million times for business. I've been here just to hang out with my friends and shop, but I've never bought her here, and I've never been to Central Park, and just to see how pretty it is, and it's such a nice day, and how she's enjoying herself just being 11, and me up here on these rocks being 11. It made me feel so good today. It really did, and I'm so glad we came here. You know, we are here for our spring break, and the work is piling up on my desk, but I wouldn't be any place else other than here right now. That's my baby.